And we are back for another episode of getting into Eve. Now, we have some skills finish training since last time, as we can see here in the notification feed. We have 4 skills finished, so Tactical Shield Manipulation level 1, Shield Operations level 2, Shield Upgrades level 2, and Power Grid Management level 4, total of 4 skills. So we need to go through the process as usual, make sure we have sufficient amount of skills queued up. And right now we're training Carebears free at level 4, but I think we can... we're starting to pile up a neat amount of time on these skills. It's still not too bad, but let's see if we can find something that's much quicker. And another skill that I didn't look at last time, which is really useful, is weapons. Whoops. Upgrades. There we go. But I think we might get it in the military chain. So I'm gonna wait before I buy this skill, and let's move on with the business career. And this look like it's another courier mission. I've compiled all the information you have gathered so far from the various pirate facilities. It's my belief that with everything going on, we might be able to get more military funding out in these areas. This central data core will provide all the evidence we need to argue for it. Please take it to Unpass 6, Moon 10, Core Complexion Incorporated. Storage for me. I have a friend there who can pass it on to the right people. Can we count on you to make this delivery? Yes, you can. And we will get a limited social adaptation chip. And this increases our attributes. I can talk, since this is a courier mission, I can talk about it on the way. It's not a very long way, but if we check requirements, we need cybernetics, and I know for sure that is a skill we won't get, so I'll buy it here on the station. Buy. And before we accept this mission and head out on doing it, we shall train cybernetics to level 1. Whoops. And let's accept this mission. And there we got the central data core. Let's put it into the IBIS. And let's unlock. Now, as I was saying about attributes, we can see if we click on our character sheet up here, we get all these information about our character, and on attributes here we can see our attributes. As you can see, we have 20 in each attribute except for charisma, which we have 19 in. All players, no matter what you choose, will start with these attribute settings, and we can change it here on remap now, and we can do so just once a year. But as a new player, you get 2 bonus remaps in case you screw it up, because it's easy to screw it up the first time you get into it. But so what are attributes for? If we check on these skills here, let's check on Carebears frigates. Show info, and if we check attributes, we can see that its primary attribute is perception, and its secondary attribute is willpower. Now, this means that we will get our perception, so that's 20 points, and we will get half of our willpower, so that's 10 points. That's how many skill points we will train in this skill per minute, I think it is.
Warp drive active.
Yes, per minute. So I hope that explanation made sense. So if you know that you will, say you will only train, you know you will only train skills that has perception as its main attribute, then you can like remove points from these other skills and put them into perception and get really high on that attribute. But we won't do that right now. And you can, as we get from this mission, a implant, you can get various different implants that will increase your attributes and thus increase your skill training. The regular ones go from +1 in said attribute all the way up to +5. And then there are some other implants as well, like they also give a bonus to the performance of your ship. And I think they give a +4 to a attribute, but those are really expensive, so... While we are heading back to this agent, I am going to read what we will do on the next mission. Something just came up that's right up your alley. There's one other thing our security forces need before they are fully prepared for the coming battle with these insufferable pirates. Our forces are suffering a shortage of afterburners for their frigate contingents, and the resulting lack of speed is costing them dearly. I need 2 1 meganewton afterburner 1 modules from you. Buy them, build them, or loot them from the cooling wreckage of other ships. I won't ask questions. So he's basically saying this time that it doesn't matter how we acquire these afterburners. And I'm going to stop my ship because it might be cheaper in one pass. So I'm going to check the price of these things in the market. That one in Utra where we're going, Gita is 3 jumps away, where it's slightly cheaper. And there's none in this system. So yeah, I'm just gonna buy them. And those will be on the station when we get to it. I could have just bought one and taken the one I have on my ship as well, but I want to keep the one I currently have equipped on my ship. As a reward for this mission, we'll get the advanced industry skill, which requires industry 3 configure. And if you're into building things, then this skill is a very important skill to build. And that applies to research as well, if that's what you want to do. Yes, you don't just take 2 blueprints laying around. I think you need to research them with the help of a research and development agent. I have actually never tried that, so don't quote me on that, but... And now that we're on the station, we can accept this mission. And complete it. And we are now on the last mission in the business carrier, and here we need to build some rockets, or we could just buy 5,000 rockets off the market. Sure, I've got something. Your final test as a business mogul is also your opportunity to feed the war machine. You provided us with modules, now it's the basic building blocks of violence, ammunition. I'm giving you a blueprint copy with which you can fulfill my quota. No buying, looting, or bargaining. You have to build the ammo from scratch. The rest of the production runs The rest of the production runs are yours, as it is this industrial class ship I'm giving to you. I'm going to reward you with. Are you ready to pass your final test, young Kumamoto? Well, he says we have to build it, but I'm pretty sure it is possible to just buy it and be done with it. Oh no, not that many. Yes, I'm going to buy that. Accept the mission. Complete mission. There we go. Well done, young Kumamoto. Here's your badger. As promised, use it well. I've had a word with my superiors, and they're agreed to officially recognize all the work you have done for the Caldari people. From here, my capsuleer friend, you have many choices about where to go. I know that word of your reliability and good business sense has already spread amongst the state. You shouldn't have to look hard to find more work with other agents if that is how you want to proceed. Of course, you also know how to produce goods now. With patience and good eye for opportunities, you can find a niche in the market and make your first real profits. Whatever you decide to pursue, I wish you luck on it. Thank you for all your help, congratulations on passing your business training, and good luck out there. Now, we have been given the badger, but it requires the Caldari industry skill, which we don't have, and even if we did have it... we can actually train this on a trial account now. It used to be that you couldn't train the skill on a trial account, but it seems like it is possible to train it now. And the badger is it's a cargo ship, so it's only move stuff around with it. It has a pretty substantial cargo hold, 3,900 cubic meters. If we compare that to our Ibis, that's quite a lot more, because our Ibis can only hold 106.3 cubic meters. Now, let's move on to the industry carrier. And our first mission will be to acquire 1,000 Lilspar. But remember all that mining we did earlier, and so this should be a very, very quick mission to complete. Oh wait, we actually have to mine Velspar in the asteroid field. The agent sent you to and return with 1,000 units. Transfer the Velspar from... Okay, we actually have to go to this location and do some mining. So we are going back into our venture. I'm gonna get the drone from our Ibis, and I do believe we have another drone in here. Yes, we do. And let's not forget this limited social adaptation chip we got earlier. I'm going to right click on it and plug in, and it's that's if we really want to do that, because if we die, we will lose the implant. Say, if our ship explodes, we will be flying around in our pod, and if our pod explodes, then we will lose the implant. And if we wanted to remove the implant, it would be destroyed in the process as well. So it's asking us if we really want to plug it in. I'm gonna check do not ask me again and hit OK. Oh wait, I haven't trained cybernetics level 1 yet. Oh well, we'll do this mission first. But from previous missions now, and from this mission we were granted a minor 1, and we got a minor 1 from a previous mission as well. So I'm going to use the minor 1s this time around. We couldn't use those before. Oh, well, I think we could, but we didn't have them for the previous mining mission. And we already have the drones. I don't think we can put on the civilian armor repairer. I don't want to spend too much time on this, so I'm just gonna undock, do some mining, and shoot some pirates if they show up.
Warp drive active.
These miner ones is going to mine a whole lot more than our civilian miners that we used before. So I remember I left this inventory window up last time we mined, and I figured I'll do that now as well to, you know, really show the ore hole being filled up faster. If we notice any difference, I'm not sure, but it should be plenty or more. And I already have enough to complete this mission. That's it, now keep mining and bring 1,000 units to my station and report to me. So I'm gonna call back my drones. No enemies have shown up, but it seems we have successfully completed the mission, so I'm not gonna stay here.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
And there we go. I'll adjust the thing you want. Let's move on to the next stage in the process. Go out there, find any asteroid belt and mine some Veldspar. You'll need at least 100 units, then process it here at the station and give me the results. If you accept, I'll give you a new skill that I suggest you train. If you succeed, I'll give you a new mining frigate, and you'll need that skill to fly it. And we already got this skill from the business career, we already got this ship from the business career, and I don't actually think we need to fly out on this one. There we go, already done. Request mission. Something just came up that's right up your alley. The next stage on the industrial process is building something. I want you to give me 2 civilian afterburns. I don't care how you do it. You can mine nearby asteroids and reprocess the results. For instance, although if you end up buying them from someone else, I would appreciate if you at least repackage them first. Yeah, what he's talking about repackaging is if say we have a drone here, we'll see drone we needed for a mission. We wouldn't be able to turn it in as it is now because it is not repackaged since we have been using it, and I can't stack it up with that drone. But if we right click on it and choose repackage, and it asks if we really want to do that, but yes, we want to do that. And we get this number here. That essentially means that it is packaged into its IKEA box, and we can do the same with the other drone, and now that they both are packaged, we can stack them up like that. So you've probably seen me do this a couple of times. I right click somewhere in the inventory and choose stack all, and that will stack everything that can be stacked. And for this mission, you can't really buy these off the market unless somebody built them, got this mission, got the blueprint, and then built them and started selling them on the market instead of handing in the mission. So we're actually going to build this now. So I've accepted the mission, which should give us a blueprint. So to build something, we just right click on it and choose use blueprint, and that will open up the industry window where we can see exactly what here we can see the materials required to build one, and this one has 2 runs. So we can use this blueprint to build 2 civilian afterburners, and we will need 64 titanium per afterburner, and we need 2. So I'm going to switch the job runs to 2, and here we can see we need some more titanium to do that. So I'm going to go back to our inventory because we have some Veldspar here, and don't reprocess more Veldspar than we need. So holding shift when I'm dragging the Velspar. Then I'm going to create a separate stack with 300, and I'm going to right-click this new stack and choose reprocess. We only want to reprocess 300 because we don't need more than the titanium we get from this. And now we can see the industry window that it updated. So now we actually have enough titanium to do this now. So I'm going to start this run. We can see we'll have to pay 22 ISK2 for this job, which is totally fine because we have way much more money than that. And the job duration is 10 minutes, or almost 10 minutes. So I'm gonna start that. And I'm not gonna just sit around here for 10 minutes. I am actually going to start a mission in the military career. And for that I will probably need the Ibis, because that is the only combat ship we have so far. And I'll load it up with one drone. Just wanna make sure that we have everything. We have the guns, we have the webifier, we have the afterburner. Missing a low slot, but that's fine for now. So we'll be granted the repair system skill book here. I find that kind of funny. And we will get a whole bunch of ammunition as bonus award if we can do this within 5 hours, which should not be a problem. We'll also get a gun, but this is the rail gun, and we have chosen to go with the close range guns already. So the rail guns are the long range guns. So I'm gonna accept this mission. I didn't even read it, but all we have to do is warp to a location in space and shoot some pirates. So, same thing as before, right-click in space, cash flow for Capsuleers Part 1, encounter, warp to location 0.
Warp drive active.
I think we were granted a repair system skill book from this mission. I'm not sure if they give that to everyone, but I don't think they do. I still think it's kind of funny that we get all these modules, repair modules and repair skill books, because Caldari generally want to shield tank their ships. And now I'm gonna take orbit on this guy. I'll take orbit 1000. Launch the drone, lock the target. And I hit F3 to turn on our afterburner, and that will make us go a lot faster. F to tell our drone to attack it, and we're not quite in range to web this target yet, and our drone might actually kill it before we get close enough to do anything. But there we are close enough to web it, and once we get close enough to fire our guns, we will do so, but he's dead already. So here's another target. Hold W and click on it to orbit it quickly. It might be a good idea to target it as well. I'm going to tell our drone to attack it, web it. And he dropped some loot. We can take that while we're over here. Loot. Oh, ooh. Oh, it's another explosive one. At least it's not civilian, but we don't really need explosive protection against these pirates. Now, sometimes your drone won't follow you after you have killed an enemy. To make it follow you, you can right-click drones in local space and choose return and orbit. It will make it follow you. Right now, I'm just gonna tell it to shoot that pirate while we focus on. Whoops. Okay, turn off that. While we focus on the second pirate.
Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted. Skill training completed. Warp drive active. Warp drive active. Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
Sorry about that, the sound recorder ran out of batteries. So I have absolutely no idea how much of what I've been saying got lost. But let's continue where we stopped. I had just done the second military career mission, so I'm going to dump the surveillance into here. I'm going to put everything else but the ammo in here. And yes, we got 2,000 antimatter charges from the previous mission. I'll get back to that in a moment. Now, we also had the industry job. If we check that out, it is now complete. So, but we have no civilian afterburners in our inventory yet, because we have to click the deliver button right here. And that means we have completed this opportunity that has been with us for a very long time now. And we can close that. Yes, we want another. And now, well, I basically, yeah, I figured this might come. It wants us to go to these career missions now. But But yeah, we kinda went ahead of the aura, and I do believe we have right. We got a new ship from that mission. Well, we gotta turn in this mission before we miss out on the bonus award. Let's complete that. And now that we have retrieved our Merlin, I want to assemble it and make it active. And we want to strip the fitting of our Ibis. Strip fitting. Yes. So this is a much more proper combat ship. You can see we have 3 high slots with 3 turret points. We have 4 mid slots and 3 low slots. So I'm just gonna, and remember we bought 3 light ion blasters earlier. That means we now can put all those 3 onto this Merlin. So that's what I'm going to do. And like before, I'm going to group them up. Let's load, stack up. Let's right-click and stack all actually. And we still have this ammunition left in the Ibis. Stack that up. So I'm going to load iron charges into these guns. I'm going to put all the remaining ammo into our cargo hold. Now, note that this ship has no drone bay, so we can't use drones in the ship. But we never know. These drones might come in handy eventually. And we have the limited kinetic deflection field. Let's put that on. We have the afterburner, the civilian webifier, and the overdrive injector system. Let's put that in. And why not just put that in here for now? Oh, we can't use that. We need shield upgrades level 3. Yeah, you discover things all the time. And I queued up motion prediction here, then repair systems. Those are actually not that important. Let's well, motion prediction is, but not repair systems. So I'm actually gonna put that down a little bit. Shield upgrades level 3. That's one more level. Let's put that here. Well, yeah. While we're at it, let's add in tactical shield manipulation level 2 as well. It's a 4x skill, so it's going to take quite some time to train, but it's still a whole lot faster than all those level 16 times skills, which I believe are the highest it goes. And 16 times is a very long time. Now, you probably figured how this works already. 1x skills, take a certain amount of time. 2x skills takes twice as long as a 1x skill, and 3 times skills take 3 times as long, and 4 times takes us 4 times as long, and so on and so on. But I think we are satisfied with our skill queue for now, so I'm gonna hit apply. And you might have noticed this ship has 3 rig slots as well. I'm not gonna go into those right now, but I will talk about those later. So let's see what the industry career guy has for us next. Oh, and we're actually going to get the Afterburner skill book, which I bought earlier, but that's totally fine. We need to... For you, my friend, there's always something. Any industrial mogul worth their salt knows how to fight for their bounty. I'm sending you to mine in an area infested with rogue drones. Let's see if you can survive the trip and bring me some processed goods. So I need to warp to a location, do some mining, and kill some rogue drones. Otherwise, I actually already have, can get all the titanium we need from this Valspar right here. So I'm just gonna make a pile of, say, 3,000. Okay, then we'll process that. And we're going to get almost 6,000 titanium from that. So that won't quite be enough. We'll need some more Valspar, so I'll add in another 1,000. Right click, process. Yes, there we go. Process. And now we actually have the titanium we need, but we still have to go to that place and kill the rogue drones. I'm going to make our mining ship active, and I'm going to load the drones up here, because it's the drones that provide the defenses for a mining ship. I'm sorry if I repeat myself a lot. It's still not bad though, because it takes plenty of repetition in this game before you really get the hang of it. And you shouldn't expect to become an expert at this game anytime soon. And there's a saying, actually 2 quite important sayings in the game. The first one being, never fly what you can't afford to lose. And the other saying is, you probably expect to die 10 times before you get your first kill, in PvP that is. And yes, yeah, I figure my drones would automatically take care of these rogue drones as they start shooting at me. So there we go, the drones are dead. Now, as I was saying, expect to die at least 10 times in PvP before you get your first kill, and expect to die 100 times before you become good at PvP. So don't try to rush things, just take the time you need to learn things and get into things. Oh, and we don't have to stay here anymore because the drones are dead, so we can just warp out of here. And whoops, I still think we were able to get some more Veldspar into our cargo hold here.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
We're coming close to our time here, but I think we have time for one more mission. And look like we get another courier mission, and we will be granted the afterburn for this one. Sure, I've got something. Your mind processed, built, and fought. Now let's see if you can transport my goods safely. Take these electronic parts out to Curie 7, Route 22, Expert Distribution Warehouse as fast as possible. So yeah, it's just another mission. We have to go a couple of jumps, waypoint, and trying to think of what I could be talking about next. I'll take the Merlin for this mission. I should probably rename this. I'll just call it Merlin. I talked a little bit about the different ship sizes, but I only really got up to cruiser size, and I'll start with the Caldara actually, because that's what I'm playing. Now, we have the Tech 2 versions of the Caldari cruisers, and here are some faction versions as well. I won't go too deeply into those, but if you like to specialize into cruisers, you know, you just like with frigates, you need to get Caldari cruisers level 5 if you're a Caldarian, and cruisers have a Tech 3 variety. The Tengu, which is a strategic cruiser, it can be set up to do several different roles, depending on how you fit it out and how you fit these different systems that can only be fit onto the strategic cruisers. There's also a tactical destroyer, which is also a Tech 3 destroyer, and the Caldara one, the Jackdaw, was recently put into the game. Before that, it was only the Amarians and the Minmatar who had a Tech 3 destroyer, and I don't think they have given Gallant a Tech 3 destroyer yet. If we check here, no, they don't, but it's coming. Chances are, when you're watching this, Gallant will have a Tech 3 destroyer as well. Now, after cruisers comes battle cruisers, and there's a whole variety of those as well. The big difference between cruisers on, you're probably, as a Caldarian, you'll probably either fly the Ferox or the Drake first. And the biggest difference is that they're a little more tougher than regular cruisers, but they also use medium-sized guns and missile launchers like the cruisers does. So they use all the same fitting, but they require some extra skill training and are a little tougher to deal with. But and they can also fit Warfare Link modules. And Warfare Link modules are like they're like say boosts or buffs to your fleet, and the Tech 2 versions can use 3 Warfelling modules simultaneously, so that's 2 more buffs. Now, these are combat battlecruisers that provide the links and such. But here's also the attack battlecruiser, which which can't use these Warfelling modules to provide boosts to their fleets, but instead they can fit large turrets, which would be the turrets that battleships normally use. So it's the attack battlecruiser are essentially a battlecruiser with much more DPS.
Warp drive active.
And after battlecruisers comes battleships. I did mention them a little bit. I did mention the Scorpion, which the Guristas have a battleship of that look the same, but has a different color. And it has different bonuses as well, because the Guristas Rattlesnake is a proper combat ship. It gets bonuses to missiles and drones, while the Scorpion has bonuses to ECM jammers. So the Scorpion is essentially a electronics warfare ship.
Warp drive active.
And the Navy version of the Scorpion has bonuses to missiles and shield resistances, much like the Guristas do, except it doesn't have any bonuses to drones. Then there's the Tech 2 version. It has bonuses to both the ECM jammers. It can use cloaking devices. It can light cyno fields, and it can get bonuses to missiles. So it's like both a electronic warfare ship at the same time as it is a combat ship, at the same time as it is a cloaky ship to do behind the lines operations and such. It's not used that much. It's mostly the for Black Ops operations. It's mostly the Amarians, Redeemer, and the Galantian Sin that people use. Now we're almost arrived at our destination here, so I am going to
docking permission requested.
Pay attention to what I need to do here for a little bit. Then I'm going to talk more about the various ship sizes.
Docking request accepted. Warp drive active.
Now, as I was saying, after battleships comes dreadnoughts, and the Kaldarians have the Phoenix. I actually never think I have seen the Phoenix. I've seen the Armarian ones, the Revelation, and still the Revelation is not that popular, but it's still used. And I've also seen the Galent one, the Moros. And I've also seen, which is probably the most popular dreadnought, the Naglfar, because it uses projectile turret, so it doesn't need a capacitor to fire at guns. And but the Kaldari ones use missiles, so kind of surprised that I haven't seen it, because missile launchers don't need capacitor either. But most people skip dreadnoughts and go straight for carriers. And there's two different versions of the carrier. We have the Kaldar one's initial carrier is a Chimera, and
warp drive active.
It's a very popular carrier. Another very popular carrier is the Archon from the Amarians. And I don't actually think I have ever seen a Thanatos, but I have seen a Nidhogger, so it's not too unpopular either. It's get bonuses to both remote armor repairs and remote shield boosters, while the Gallant one only get bonuses to remote armor. Oh wait, oh, the Gallant one also have bonuses to both remote armor repairs and remote shield boosters. But the Caldarian one only have bonuses to remote shield boosters, but it also gets a bonus to remote capacitor transmitters, while the Amarian one has bonuses to remote armor repairers and remote capacitor transmitters. Now,
Warp
after
drive active.
after the carrier comes super carrier, and here the Kildari one. The Kildari one is a Weaver. I don't actually think I have seen a super carrier. Which actually is true, because I have seen the Amarian one, the Aeon. Like with the Archon, the Aeon is a very popular super carrier. The Gallant have the Nyx. Don't think I've ever seen one. And the Minmatar have the Hell, which I have actually never seen either. So it's only the Amarian
active.
super carrier that I have seen. And after super carrier comes Titan, and Caldari has the Leviathan. This is the biggest ship in the game. It's the Caldari one is 18 kilometers long, so you can just imagine how long that is. Say if we compare to our Merlin. Here we go. The Merlin is 97 meters long. That's a substantial difference. And the Merlin is not the smallest combat ship in the game. I think the Executioner, the Malediction, the Crusader is only like 50 or 60 meters long or something like that.
Warp drive active.
But as I was saying, the Leviathan, or the Caldari Titan, has bonuses to missiles, warfare links, and increases the fleet members' maximum shield hit points. And it can fit the Oblivion Doomsday device. Each Titan get their own Doomsday device that they can fit onto their ships, which it's essentially a super weapon that does tons and tons of damage in one way or another. And the Amarian Titan is the Avatar, which this Titan was the first Titan that was built in the game, and it got the name Steve. you can even find an item in the game called Remnants of Steve. I'm not sure if we're gonna find any, but we can. Oh, there we go, a piece of Steve, and they're actually being sold in Jita for about 4 million. So we could buy one if we want, but we don't quite have a fortune. But it's not that expensive, so we could actually easily make enough money for it. But there's really no reason to buy this. The developers only put it into the game as to remember Steve after it got exploded. And the Gallant Titan is the Erebus. And the Minmatar Titan is the Ragnarok. Now, I have seen a Ragnarok in the game actually, but I don't think they're that common. The most common Titans seem to be the Gallant one and the Amarian one. I'm not quite sure why that is, but that just seemed to be the case. Out of personal experience, somebody out there might have experienced something totally different, but we have sort of run out of time. I'm just gonna see what this mission is, and we need to create cap boosters so we could buy them off the market. Same thing as before, but I think that we'll have to wait for next time, because it's gonna take at least another 10 minutes to build those And while they are building, I would just do another military mission, which could potentially take 15 to 20 minutes. So that will be for next time. I hope this was useful in some way to you, and fly safe.